Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Tiger Talk. My name is Mackenzie Holderbein.
And my name is Saucier, and today we have the pleasure of hosting Student Body President Lavar Henderson.
Hi, guys. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Of course. It is now the end of your first semester as president. How are you feeling about your role?
I'm feeling great about my role. I think we've gotten a lot of good stuff done, but we're really excited for the spring to start so that we can keep on going. It's just going to be all full steam ahead, no stops. That's the mentality we have, and so we're excited.
All right, perfect. Is being student body president different from what you had imagined?
Not really. It's kind of what the role, I would say the role is what you envision it to be, and it's kind of how you govern and what your style is, and, the role kind of fits to you, but you learn a lot from being in the role as well.
That's so awesome. What achievements are you most proud of?
So one of the biggest achievements that I think that we're proud of is that we've been working a lot with the LSU Foundation. We're trying to get a internship program started so that students can get paired with donors and alumni, and I'm excited to announce that is starting to get off the ground soon, so that should be rolling out sometime in the spring.
That's so amazing. What challenges have you faced so far?
So some challenges I think we faced, the biggest challenge is probably the transition. We've kind of gone through a big transition at LSU. Between a president, athletic director, football coach. So dealing with all these transitions and really just everything else going on around college campuses has probably been the big challenge.
Got you, okay.
And kind of piggybacking off of that, what are some things that you think could improve?
Some things that I could improve, that's a great question. I think, LSU is in a good spot right now where we can only benefit from growth. And I think that with this new president coming in, we have a lot of advantages, with this transition. And I think just growth and efficiency, which is something that I've preached since I ran for president, is some things that we can really improve, whether it's managing enrollment, managing infrastructure, managing academic programs, communicating better financial aid opportunities. I think those are things we can all improve on.
And another piggyback, what are some steps you are taking to improve currently?
So Dr. Roos and Chancellor Dalton and I have been in contact. Today was their first official day. So, we've been having a lot of conversations about things that we can change and work on together, and they're both very excited. I talked a little bit about enrollment. I'm on the search committee for the next vice president of enrollment management. So making sure that we get somebody that really understands the challenges we face with enrollment and making sure that we can get those things settled is going to be one of the big tasks that I'm looking forward to coming up.
And between student government and students as well, do you think there is any room for improvement between how y'all are handling things on campus and between, I guess, connecting to the students as well?
Yeah, there's always improvement as student leaders. I think that we have to be better at communicating with the at-large student body about what they want. We have to be more transparent about a lot of the things that we're passing and that we're doing. But I think overall, just making sure that we're having conversations with everyday students about what are your needs, that can go a long way.
And then moving into the future, looking to next semester, what are your top priorities for not just, I guess, next semester, but for the year as a whole?
My priorities for the next semester, we're really big on workforce development, making sure that students have the tools they need to succeed in the workforce, making sure that their degrees can carry them far, that a degree from LSU can carry them far. Our disability services department has been great. They've been working with the ICS program. So that's something that we're really excited about. And I guess for the year, really just making sure that, LSU students know that the university is stable, that we have good leadership, and that, students as the biggest stakeholders are always at the forefront of everybody's minds.
Absolutely. And moving forward, into a more, probably more fun thing to talk about, what do you think so far has been the most rewarding part of your job so far?
The most rewarding part of my job, this is going to sound really cliche, but I would say all the people that I've met. Everybody's been pleasant. Everybody has welcomed me and really, allowed me to express my opinions and really take that feedback back and apply that to the decisions that we make at this university. So I would say that's probably been the most rewarding thing, is just the amount of people I've met and seeing the influence that a student can have on major decisions at a university like this.
I would have said going to DC with the baseball team.
That too, but every man.
Absolutely, yeah.
I feel like if the student government were to hold more like small events, that would and put out flyers and just posters about it around campus. That way, students can know that the student government is actually working on connecting with their students and is actually working for their students. Then I feel like that would help a lot for the student government to put themselves out there for the students.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. Our Department of Programming, we've had kind of a big transition of our own in student government with how everything got delayed last spring, but everybody's fully getting into the swing of things. But we will be having more events. We will be publicizing more events, as well as we will be having flyers put up on those screens in the union for students to see what we're doing, as well as always check out our Instagram at SGLSU for more updates and details.
I think that you guys can raise awareness by going outside of the student union.
So we have something every Monday called Meet SG Monday, where we try to connect with the student body. We've been undergoing an effort to revitalize that, to make it more of a kind of not really a town hall, but something similar to a town hall where students can come out and check us out. We're normally out there from 8 to 4:30, I believe, on Monday.
I'm Hannah Carroll, and I feel like student government can be more involved within the aspects of showing up to Free Speech Alley. I know a lot of the times, a lot of organizations, when they try to put themselves out there, they try to incorporate new members and go to Free Speech Alley. But I know student government, obviously they go to Free Speech Alley, but it's not as concurrent as other organizations that are striving to get new members. And also I would say maybe doing collab events with other big organizations such as LSU Ambassadors or other organizations like National Council of Negro Women, or something that's like a collaborative way to get people more involved and more acclimated with student government.
Perfect. Thank you for that feedback. We're currently working with two of my good friends, Avery McLaughlin, who is the president of SPC, and Nicole Carter, who is the president of Ambassadors, to increase collaboration. But we're always for expanding collaboration with different organizations on campus. That's something with my approach, with the all-in approach of incorporating everybody, all student organizations, because as I said, we're all the major stakeholders here. So it's great to have collaboration, and we hope to see more of that in the spring.
My name is Heaven Carroll, and I would say what y'all could do to make student government be more seen is being shown as a group at doing different events at like big things where there's a bunch of people there, like maybe something at basketball games, maybe at football games, just things where y'all can be seen all as a group, maybe wearing a shirt or something that kind of correlates all y'all together, and just doing different things that get people engaged so they can see y'all.
Yeah, thank you for that feedback. I would love to do that. I love going to football games, and I've been going to a lot of basketball games recently too, so I'll definitely get more members of our exec and our legislature to come with us in student government. But, other than that, I would be glad to go play basketball for the team one night. I'm just saying, just throwing that out there.
My name is Claire Dean, and I think that some things that student government can do to get more students involved is maybe just do more events, maybe social ones. Like, I feel like there could be more things hosted with maybe serving food or like having little fun things for students to come like pop in throughout the day, because like everybody loves free food. And I don't know, I feel like that would be enough.
Yeah, we'll have a lot of events coming up over the course of the next few weeks. I know one is Pedestrian Safety Day. That's typically where we hand out Chick-fil-A breakfast biscuits and things like that. But we try to have food at most of our events, but we definitely will do a much better job at publicizing a lot of those things, because that seems to be what all you guys really appreciate about us is you would like to see more events, so definitely.
I'm Jayla London, and I'd say that student government can host more diverse events that cater to all the groups on campus. I feel like a lot of the times they aim their events at one group, or that just tends to be their general audience, but there are several groups on campus, so I think that's something they can do to expand their reach.
Yeah, our job is to represent all students. So all of our events are, I wouldn't say targeted towards one group, but I would say all of our events, welcome everybody. So I would encourage everybody, no matter what, to just come and see us and learn what we're about and learn how we can advocate for you.
Hi, my name is Kayla Celeste Fagans. For me, I spend a lot of time in the union, so I'm constantly walking through Free Speech Alley, and I love when I see different organizations or, different parts of campus kind of express themselves at Free Speech Alley or on Free Speech Alley. And I think I feel most impacted when I am more involved and talking personally with the different tables. I think instead of just giving free things away, kind of, conversating with students, asking them questions, maybe having like activities that involve the students more so with the organization rather than just like the organization telling everyone what they do and free candy. And then also too, social media, I think that's just huge outreach and has such a huge impact. I think, kind of maybe taking like a different route instead of just making social media for like, informational polls and all that kind of stuff. I think adding humor and being a little bit witty is great ways to get the student body involved and help LSU, K government have a bigger presence on campus.
Yeah, engagement is a major factor. And, I'm very proud of our social media team that we've brought in this year. They've been exploring multiple ways to increase engagement and to really just kind of change up our dynamic from more so just informational purposes to more interactive purposes too. Well, I want to thank you guys again for having me. And my only message to the student body this evening is that please continue to hold us accountable and just to always remember that we're always advocating for you. We're always there fighting for you in every decision that we make. And that if you ever have anything that you are concerned about, if you want to have any questions about or just talk, my door is always open. Our vice president's door is always open. Everybody in student government is always open to talk to you guys because we're here for you. Thanks. Go Tigers.